Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a white Model 3 looks like. And in this white Model 3 is one.
Are you just visiting?
Little baby Thomasina. That looks sweet in white. Oh, but mostly it looks good because of that. The second time you've got new model.
It was good. It was. I was really actually hoping yours was going to be here because I want to do some apples to apples comparisons of some things because I don't know if it's just me, but that still popped out in my opinion.
Show us.
So if you can see from there, there's a nice black frame around the edge of the window, and the trim goes down nicely until it doesn't. And it's pretty sniggly. When I first got it, it probably was sticking out to about here, so you couldn't see any of this black right there. But now it's back, and they sort of said they fixed it. But in my opinion, it shouldn't be so mobile.
You got a couple of things. So is that what else?
Yeah, but I don't. Do we have to focus on the negative? It's back.
There's something about build quality we're supposed to be discussing.
Oh, build quality. Yeah. So then the center console thing, and this is not a build quality issue. This is, in my opinion, a materials choice. Mm-hmm. This thing right here had been pretty heavily scratched by the dealer preppers. So they replaced one of them, but they couldn't get the second part, so they're still waiting for that particular sniggly situation to happen.
That thing gets absolutely filthy, I
yeah.
can tell you.
So
right
what Robert told me is the guy that wraps the front of his car is working on a template for that, and that thing's gonna get wrapped. This is my QI charger that I'm trying to figure out how to install right here. So then when I get in my car, I'll just be like, bam, drop the phone, wireless charging. So one of the other things that I learned when I picked it up from the guy is I was like, everybody wants to open the door here. Everybody, because it's just where all of your other buttons are, right? So this is the main thing. But what you didn't know is this is actually really bad to use regularly. Did you know that?
Yeah. They send an alert.
There's like a cable thing in there that he's like, don't do it. Don't use it unless you're an idiot.
They should have made that harder to find.
And as you can see, there is the Alcantara lining and not the new lining that is taking the Tesla world by storm. Literally by storm.
They're so whiny.
They are whiny. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be very positive with Tesla and the service center ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, at the end of the day, for me, and it comes down to this, I've never spent $63,000 on a car, but now I have.
Oh, I got mine for $35.
Oh, no, you didn't. It's not. No, that's not.
That's what they said I was getting it for.
No, that's not how that worked, dude. I mean, I looked at the configurator. Do you want to see the where the dent was?
Yes.
So, basically the other side, this one you can see, it's got a nice little crease in it. Lovely. But if you go to the other side, when I picked it up, this right around here was a pretty good size dent. And it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. You'd be hard pressed to notice that. So now that everybody knows that my car had a dent, resale value through the shitter.
Yeah. Tom, you got the black interior.
Yeah, you can totally get any color you want. I chose the black.
Yeah, that's great.
The other options were the black. Also, the black.
You got a car holder.
It's my cover.
He's a cover guy. Mine's not going in a cover.
Mine is, my house has a lot more leaves than yours, Herbert. So there's like things like that, right? Like, here. Like that doesn't necessarily happen on an S. You gotta give it a little more.
Well, they did tell me when I was picking up that the rubber and stuff needs to work itself in, which I thought was a good excuse.
Yeah, that is a good one. Controls. Let's open the front trunk, shall we? So, I don't know if we were recording this when we did the pickup, but these two guys right here, you can find these on your S as well. There's one on this side and one on that side of the front trunk. So if you're running into some of those issues with any of your cars where maybe it's sitting down a little bit in the front area, these twist in and out. You just screw them in and out. You can see they're kind of threaded, and that will help you adjust that little sniggly bit. So like when it's sitting flat, it rests right here, and that will raise it or lower it, you know, and you can kind of fix little slight things, because again, it's not necessarily a build quality design issue. It has to do with the materials. The aluminum's a little more flexible than a steel would be. And always use two hands.
So smooth.
Yeah, like butter. So this thing in the front, some people might think it's some sort of part of the auto driving situation. This is actually the tow hook cover. So you just kind of push it on one side. Robert's much better at that. So you can see if you push it on this top right corner, pops out. This is also where you will find your jumper cable to jump start the car.
If the 12 volt's broken?
Correct.
Huh.
They're in there. I don't know where they are, but they're in there. Oh, there. Just pop that out and charge it. And pump it up. G.
And there's the hook is in the front.
And the hook is in the front, right? Now, can we figure out how to get it back in? There we go.
You want to see my supercharging that I have for this
and
car?
that's that. Yeah, let's see what kind of Mickey Mouse charging setup you've...
So this is just to connect it to the
I really,
120 volts.
I really like what you've done here. So this is the Tesla, the plug that comes with it. Is this the one that came with the Model 3?
No, I took that one out of the Model S.
Has it been sitting down in the rain for 2 days? It's been raining quite a bit. It's been out here the whole time. All right. So you've run a black extension cable so no one could see it from the house. So it's only good as long as it's not in the holiday season, because otherwise your Christmas lights are plugged in there. Mary's pretending that she's already taken her Christmas lights down back in the corner. And then the ever popular, I don't know, coat hook? Is that what you would call that?
Yes.
Is that what you would call that? So you took the coat hook, and instead of, well, there's a concrete, because your son sleeps on the other side of this wall. You decided instead of drilling a hole or putting a concrete mound or something on it, you just zip tied the coat hook. Not the charger hook or any of that other stuff. Or, you know, Tesla makes like a wall holder, metal. It's like $25. You own 3 Teslas. Come on.
Look at that. That's so good.
This is actually
next level.
The exact definition of Mickey Mouse. This right here, whatever is happening here, because A, you want to protect this. And I'm not sure that there's a mechanism for that here at all.
This was meant to be temporary, but you know me. Come back in 5 years.
So I showed up today to pick up my Model 3. I put on my semi hat.
Oh yeah, got the semi hat.
I put on the Model 3 shirt. But then I kept it. I kept it zipped up because, well, it was embarrassing. When I got there, I decided, what the hell is wrong with you?
That's funny.
The real question is this, Mel. There's a camera facing inside the car.
Yes.
For what autonomous future we live in, I don't know, probably, right? For the Tesla network situation. I'm putting a piece of tape over that thing. So we're back here in the driver's side of the Model 3. And I think that the satin finish that they've used for the Model 3 Chrome is very lovely. I like it a lot.
You are fond of it.
Not necessarily more or less, but it is closer in line with the wheel paint job, for lack of a better way of saying it. The sporty wheel paint job.
You got the sporty wheels.
I got the dull.
I got the aero wheels. I'm getting 20 miles more than you, baby.
You don't know that. because we haven't done any real world testing. What is your current kilowatt per mile rating?
250.
Well, that's
watts.
good.
250 watts per mile.
That's good. Mine is like just under 3 right now, I think. The ride over from the service center was about 266 or something like that. But I had a black S recently, that loaner that they gave me, and that thing was a 75, and I was getting like 340. So a lot more.
Okay, so do some nitpicking.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to nitpick it. I said if you want to nitpick it, you can nitpick it. But why would you want to? Because at the end of the day, it's a pretty amazing car. I would love to drive. I cannot actually wait to drive the $35,000 version of it because I'm curious.
So yesterday, I went on a little trip with one of our listeners who lives down the road.
Oh. Jim? Fred? Frank?
Jeff.
Joe?
Jeff.
What was his name?
We'll call him Jeff.
Why?
Because that's his name.
That's okay.
And I was noticing, that was the first time I've really been a passenger in the 3. And here I am sitting in the passenger seat. And I can see this screen way better than when I'm sitting in the driver's seat.
You know it's closer to you, right?
It's closer
I mean,
to
this part of the screen is closer to you.
Yeah, but I just feel like subjectively I can just see the entire screen better than when I'm driving. Which is, you know, my beef is when you put up the navigation, it's all down here, and from over where you are, I can't see it very well, but I can see this perfectly. This is for a car that should drive autonomously so that I can sit in this seat. And every now and then I'll go, oh God!
No, I would rather sit in this seat with the whole thing laid way super flat, which I think is pretty impressive. It really does lay quite flat. I don't know if I love the windshield wiper controls being not on the stalk. That's going to take some getting used to. So if you want to turn on your wipers, well, you have to push the button on the thing. So let's say you're driving down the street, you're blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, I really like to turn on my wipers. Now you can clean your windows from the stalk, so there is some control. We'll push the button, right, and then the windshield wipers. So there is some wipers control on the stalk. But if it's raining and you're driving down the freeway, you're driving 65, there's a lot of traffic, and it's raining, you have to like go over to here. First off, you're in this screen, so you have to push one button, and then you have to you're trying to pay attention to what you're doing because it's raining, and then you have to like turn them on auto or turn them on, and then it's a nice little slider. But I don't know, that seems like an awful lot of work. What's that? Do we know what that does? Oh, that's intermittent. So that's the intermittent button, and then you decide, is your intermittent slow or fast? I mean, that's a lot of buttons for something that a twist used to just do, right?
Yep.
In my opinion. But maybe we'll just leave it on auto. See how it works. And then maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that's the whole point of the situation,
I'll
right?
tell you how it works.
Yeah?
Badly.
So it's...
Doesn't sense very
So
well.
it rained the other day, you were driving yours?
Yeah.
You had it on auto?
Yeah, and it wasn't
Because
sensing
that's
very
kind of one of your things, is not to actually know how to turn buttons on your S. Remember when we drove the X?
well. I'm button opinic. But I had it on auto and it just wouldn't sense, so I had to go and turn it on. It wasn't doing it enough. But they said it's in beta, so it'll get better.
Beta? I don't typically like creep when I'm in the S.
You don't like creeps?
I don't like to put it on creep, which is that sort of fake ice thing where your car kind of moves a little bit forward. In this car, and I didn't notice it in the S's that I've driven, if you're on a slight incline, so let's say you're coming to a red light, it's slightly uphill, and this just happened on Sepulveda and Burbank. So there's an incline there, and it's pretty steep, and you get up to the top of it and you take your foot. Ordinarily you would just kind of take your foot off the brake, but the car will just roll backwards, like, and not stop. It'll just keep rolling backwards. But if you put it on creep, on an incline, it doesn't go up there, but then you have the whole, you have to keep your foot on the brake.
You know, they have a solution to that they just released.
What is that?
It's called hold. So when you're in that situation, a little hold thing will come up here, and you can press on that, and it'll just keep the car in place. So you push it? Mm-hmm. It's this little clicky button.
Nice.
So you click on it, and it'll just hold the car there.
It's all that bitching and moaning for nothing.
Pretty much.
Wow. Thanks, Tesla. Let's see what's under quick controls. You can turn the exterior lights on auto. Just turn the whole car on auto.
That's the plan.
Right. Window
Now,
locks.
Here's a problem that we've found.
Who's we?
My son and I.
Yeah.
So that's the beautiful charger.
That's true.
My son's room is in there.
Yeah.
And he has the Tesla app on. The car turns on every time he walks into his room. So that's a problem. I wish they could do a slider so that you could,
how far from the car?
from the car, because I'd like it like 2 feet from the car, and right now it's like 50 feet.
Right, but I always ran into that problem in my driveway with my wife's car. If I had the fob in my pocket, or even if I just had my phone in my pocket, right, it wouldn't unlock the car, but it would turn on the phone would attach to the radio if the car was had just been left on. That was, for me, a bigger issue. See what kind of light situations we have. Lights are on auto. Dome lights are on auto. So that means open the door. I got the ambient lights on. I like the way it looks. Gives it a good sense of thing. Child protection lock. Don't need that anymore. Walk away. Lock. Display. Auto. Brightness control. What's your preferred brightness control?
Auto.
Auto. Want to see how dirty they left it?
Pretty
dirty.
Geez. You can see its reflection in there.
Press and hold to exit. I'm in miles. It's Merca. Fahrenheit. Because I don't understand what Celsius would be like. I would have no idea. Do I want to be 19 degrees?
No, you can see. It's
I know, but do I want to be? So there you go. Little known fact. Tesla conversion. 67 degrees outside. That's 19.5 Celsius. It's an easy calculator.
Yeah, it's a calculator. It's a feature.
We went through that. Autopilot not working yet.
Not working?
No, because I've only
Hasn't
driven
calibrated?
70 miles.
Tom, let me help you out here. You should be safe.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Safety and security. Not a whole lot on that page.
No.
You can just turn the car off. But have you pushed that yet?
Nope.
What does it do?
I don't know. No, just turn the car off. Same old.
Should we do it?
No, Tom, what'll happen?
Just the headlights. Have you had this yet?
I haven't adjusted the headlights. I saw a video where people were.
Have you had anybody flash you?
Mm-mm.
I have. 3 people.
Because they thought they were too high?
Because they felt like I was bright, like they thought my high beams were on.
I don't even know how to turn the high beams down when I'm driving. How do you do that? That would be good to know.
That's a good question. Lights. Auto. Headlights on. Fog. Oh, I think you do this. Yeah. You pull back on the stalk to have your brights on. But how do you keep them on? Let's find out. Headlights on. Oh, forward. Alright, so the headlights are on. And then you push the thing forward and that keeps them on. Or you pull back a little bit.
A little flashy
if you just
flash.
want them on. Hey, turn your brights off. Let's adjust the headlights now that we have the brights on. See how it works. Where was that? Service. Adjust the headlights. This is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And now it says headlights should only be adjusted by trained service technicians. What do you think about that?
You're trained.
Do you think we qualify?
I think you should do it. Just fuck up your lights.
Can you see it out there?
Tom, you're $60,000 poorer.
Look, the window
Are you happy?
The window doesn't roll all the way down. You want to put that on Reddit? Or maybe Seeking Alpha. Like, oh, I can't believe my window doesn't roll down. Now Lainey likes the height of the door, the closeness of the door to the arm thing, better than the S.
When you go to Carl's Jr. and
She has to reach. No, like when she does this, when she's driving
Yep.
like this, on her S, she feels like she's reaching. Whereas in the
And I find that one where your right elbow is much more comfortable in this than in the S.
So do you not use the steering wheel?
It's autopilot.
You just use the F word.
I did not.
I want to know why we're out here recording and Mrs. Herbert is taking your Christmas lights down. What kind of a man are you?
Not a very manly one. Does it have seatbelts too?
Melvis,
Jeez.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had enough of you. In your Mickey Mouse charging situations, and you're letting your wife kill herself on ladders, taking down your Christmas lights.
It's upsetting.
No wonder I kicked you off the show. Also, it doesn't scratch going in or out.
No.
Very unsafe.
It's the worst parking ever.
Adios, Tesla.
Got it!